Mr. Dhanapal, a B.Tech from Sastra University, Thanjavur, and M.Tech from SRM University, Chennai. Mr. Dhanapal has 15 years of rich experience in operation and maintenance of power transformers, bus and line reactors, gas insulated switchgears, and air insulated switchgears up to 765 kV voltage level. Working with Power Grid Corporation of India since 2006, Mr. Dhanapal is presently Chief Manager at 400 230 kV substation at Kalivanthapattu near Chennai. Today, he will be talking about asset maintenance management in T&D infrastructure. So let's welcome Mr. Dhanapal.
Thank you, Ms. Kurleen. Sir, actually, Power Grid, I think most of the speakers and participants may be aware. So we are the Central Transmission Utility of India. So just I want to know the setup actually, what we have and what we lack actually. So we have a big setup of 1,72,150 per second kilometer of lines and almost 262 stations which are in the level of 765 kV and 400 kV level, and frequency stations we are having at 800 kV level, and we are almost maintaining 99% system availability. But still, the infrastructure needs a lot of renovation and modernization. Many things are yet to come, and we are awaiting from our vendors to come up with large scale. We had developments over the years, but still we have a lot of scope, especially in the asset management system. And we have around 4.5 lakhs MVA transmission capacity. So almost country's 55% power is through our networks. So such a vast network we are having. Such a vast infrastructure in the transmission sector, especially distribution sector, we are not, of course, we are not having any footprints, but in transmission sector, we have a vast footprint in the country. So we have a long, big dominance, and almost we operate interstate, 90% interstate. And infrastructure-wise, we have a National Transmission Asset Management Center at Manesar, where we operate all these 262 stations from remote. So now we are regionally also we are operating this southern region wise, northern region wise. We are operating these stations from remote efficiently through state-of-the-art technology. But still there is a lot of scope for improvement in the infra actually in the transmission sector, because you can see we provide system for central generating stations, independent power producers. Now ultra mega power plants are coming actually, especially renewable based solar parks are coming up, where we find very tough for integration, harmonic injection. So it's coming up in the larger way. We have grid strengthening schemes, we have interstate links, we have interregional links, high capacity transmission corridors we are having for independent power producers, for open access systems like long-term open access, short-term open access, we have systems. Of course, these green energy corridors are taking up shape in a big way now. Government is also emphasizing on more on green energy corridors, and now the future is going to be green energy corridors only, where solar and wind is going to take a bigger part actually. So big solar power parks, where the problem of integration in the grid still prevails because of injection of harmonics. And we have international links also. We're developing infrastructures with other countries, SAR grid with neighboring countries. So we have in-house expertise in transmission, distribution sectors also to a certain extent. We have diversity in telecom sectors. So we have all this design, engineering load and telecom business by putting optical ground wire on the existing optical wire. We have diversity into telecom business also. All this infrastructure we are having for contributing to the country for a stronger transmission network. We are providing consultancies to other distribution sectors also for implementation of intrastate transmission also for electricity boards to make our infrastructure so stronger, transmission infrastructure so stronger. But still we have so many lapses which we will be discussing in subsequent slides. So like my earlier speaker from Siemens has spoken on this smart energy, smart grids. So we are also providing our consultancy on our own limitations for the people for implementation of smart grid projects. And we are doing some energy audit also to make the system so stronger and energy efficient and energy compliance. So coming back to our main topic, actually, my topic was on the asset management. Actually, once a system and infrastructure is provided on the transmission sector, so I would like to put one point. For example, our power transformers are there. if one of our power transformer trips due to small mistakes which we could not able to identify through any online technique, what is happening is 500 MVA load is thrown off. So the load dispatch centers are difficult, are maintaining a lot of constraints for maintaining end management criteria. So at that time, what happens? A lot of power shedding is happening, forced outage is happening. So because of power transformer failures. So we want sturdy system from our vendors and in the transmission sector itself to have more and more online techniques to come for monitoring power transformers, for maintaining the power transformers. Similarly, switchgears, instrument transformers, these arresters, because I can tell you one of our transformer trips, suppose for example, say a 315 MVA or a 500 MVA transformer trips, almost 2 to 3 districts of power will be thrown actually. So such very important system we are having, but still we are facing last 5 to 6 years, we are facing huge number of transformer failures and huge number of substation equipment failures. I will be limiting to substation equipments only because that is more vulnerable. So that is why this infrastructure, whatever we have, maintaining it becomes difficult actually because of lack of new modern technologies. Because I have been in this sector, in this organization for almost near 20 years. So over 20 years, I am seeing a lot of improvements are coming from vendors because the big players are hardly 5 to 6 players where we expect a lot of innovations. The new monitoring, the transformer design has changed to a certain extent, but the monitoring and the asset management techniques have still yet to gain the momentum. Say for example, I'm telling you, for power transformers, we do only dissolved gas analysis. So such a big infrastructure we are having for 16, 17 crores of power transformers. So we do DGA techniques. Now recent days, 4-5 years back, we started using online DGAs. So the players in the online DGAs are hardly 3 to 4 in the world, in fact, actually. But it is not coming up in an economical way. It is not giving us a fruitful solution. A lot of problems we are facing, maintenance problems. Online DGA is difficult to maintain. So because online DGA gives a clue where the power transfer, because normally offline we take sample, we test at labs, it takes a lot of time. If it's online monitoring, immediately we can switch off transformer, we can attend the defects. So my main point in this forum is to, for all the participants, maybe vendors also may be there, to develop these products indigenous so that it can be customized, it can be useful for all our transmission issue sectors. Many equipments are there. One of the things what it was online DGA. Similarly, if you see, we are maintaining the condition of the assets using some few 2 to 3 tests actually. Those are our traditional way only we are doing. And there is no much innovations are coming up in a bigger way. So these are the equipments which we are mostly owning in our infrastructure. As everybody knows actually. So these are the things which affects our testing actually for maintaining the healthiness of this asset. So many factors are this which we cannot avoid. Of course, certain things we can improve. Condition monitoring techniques with advanced technologies are yet to come. In fact, in production side, SaaS have been implemented, remote monitoring has started. We are using IEC 650. In that, so many advantages have come, so many stringent monitoring. But in equipment side, for monitoring the equipment, if you see, PowerGrid is one of the pioneers in the sector, transmission sector. But still, if you feel there are some lapses. So, no need to say about the electricity boards. So, they are still way behind us actually, to be frank. Certain groups are well behind us also, electricity boards. But majority of the electricity sectors, like even distribution sectors also, they are behind us. So, that is a condition. We are unable to maintain assets. We are doing only breakdown maintenance. So that infrastructure we have to maintain means we need stringent and efficient and advanced monitoring techniques, especially for the very high value assets and infrastructure what we created in the country. So these are some parameters which we have listed out. These are traditional parameters. Of course, SFRE, if you see last one, this is some electricity boards they are not maybe not aware. But still, we feel that many online techniques can be invented and innovated, but still it is not taking shape actually. For example, fiber optic winding table sensor have been invented in our power transformers. Okay, but still it is not taking shape. We cannot able to achieve any result for finding the incipient or budding faults in the transformers. Similarly, circuit breakers, if you can see circuit breakers, still there is no online condition monitoring techniques. We have numerous number of vendors who is manufacturing indigenous in India, but still they are not able to monitor. Only offline techniques are available. We have to trip the breakers, we have to do testing, and in that if we find out, we are unable to take decisions. What decision, whether to go with the replacement or repair. So these decisions we are unable to make it out. So this forum I felt relevant, so that at least vendors who are in the field, they can develop anything new, anything innovative, especially online. So these techniques, if you see breakers, these are the some advanced techniques what we are using, but still I won't say it is very advanced. Still it is very traditional techniques which we are unable to detect the faults even at earlier stages. There may be techniques maybe outside India which are very advanced, which may be not aware of our Indian power sector context. So which we need actually from more vendors to come up in the coming up years, for especially for asset management. Because building asset is very important with modern technology, but maintaining assets are very, very difficult, especially in power demand scenario now what we are facing. Especially in the coming days to come, a lot of integration is going to happen. So this is my request to all. So PowerGrid always welcome. We are also trying with a lot of tying up with vendors to creating innovation techniques, but still we are not having the shape where we can go for efficient online condition monitoring technique of our transmission distribution assets. So this if you see instrument transformers, these are testing we are doing. For example, capacitance and tunnel draw measurement we are doing. We are on offline measurement. That should be a technique which should be very, very simple and economical and robust, where one shot in the screen should come. SCADA systems are available now for monitoring the parameters, but what is happening inside the transformer, what is happening inside the CT, what is happening inside the voltage transformer, what is happening inside the breaker, that we are not able to see as an online X-ray. That is still lacking. That's what required in modern day power sector context. That's what we want actually. So still these dew point measurements, still we are doing offline only. We don't have anything which we can do continuous monitoring. Similarly, DGA, thermotion scanning, still we are so much vendors are coming up, but still in the design stage or budding stage or development stage. At a full thermotion scanning cameras are normal now, but online monitoring with efficient, completely over the switch yard where we find hotspots, anything happen in a controlled way or in a totality, we are unable to monitor actually. Still we follow traditional techniques over 40 years. So these things, for making our infrastructure more strengthened and to have a better asset management, we need all these techniques to come up. Similarly, CVTs also, with SAS, we have some techniques to monitor the voltage, where we find that Siemens is providing, GE is providing, ABB is providing online monitoring systems, of course, but still certain things can be improved better than that to monitor these instrument transformers. And one of the main component, arresters. Arresters, still we don't have any online condition monitoring. Third thermal resistance measurement, we are doing online techniques, but there is no modalities for continuous monitoring. Continuously, we have to monitor these assets, because whatever I have listed out these equipments is common for all the stations, for all the electricity boards, or any industries ranging from 11 kV to 765 kV or 800 HVDC. These are equipments common, whatever I listed out. But still, we don't have any online condition monitoring techniques. These things has to come up in a bigger way, and very simple solution has to come. So these are the things which we have to look up in the coming years, where there's a grayness. People are speaking about electrical vehicles, people are speaking smart grid, smart projects, smart metering, but the existing assets which are very, very costly, we are facing breakdowns. We can avert lot of failures of transformers, lot of failures of breakers, lot of failures of surge arresters, considering the safety of the equipments and the humans. So this can be avoided if certain things have been thrown on these equipment condition monitoring by the vendors, where PowerGrid can tie up. So similarly, isolators are one of the weaker areas where still we are facing a lot of problems in PowerGrid. Even despite remote operation, alignment issues are coming. We are not able to monitor what is happening in the contacts. One fine day, isolator opens. So still we don't have any monitoring. There's been simple solutions in the isolator itself where when it opens, certain things has to be sensitive, but still we are not able to. Simple solutions can be come up. And as a end consumer or as a transmissibility, we are unable to do it as a vendors. As IEM also is there, so they be having linked with contact a lot of vendors, so they can come up with these innovative solutions where we welcome these solutions. Similarly, now GIS is taking up a bigger shape now. A lot of GIS we have added in our system actually, where it is still more complex actually. GIS systems are, it seems to be very simple, very less maintenance. But once the maintenance starts, it is very difficult for us to avoid the outage. There are long outages there for GIS. As far as GIS is concerned, only one solution which we do online is only partial discharge. That too, a lot of other vendors are there, still there is no clarity on partial discharge measurement and how to analyze the system, how to analyze the GIS sequence using partial discharge. Still, Power Grid itself not having clarity. This is the fact actually. So this has to be made very versatile and this has to be made very easier monitoring. Apart from partial discharge, there should be some other technique where we can monitor the GIS equipment, what is happening inside. So these GIS equipments are also very, very important to monitor in online system. So this is a forum where we can tell, let us introduce some system where we can monitor online so that GIS can be efficiently monitored. So thank you so much.